In today's video, we're going to learn how to apply an underglaze transfer or underglaze decal to your pot. Look and make sure you're using the right side of the decal. The darker side is going to go onto your pot. And in this case, I am using bisqued, so I have already bisqued this piece, which gives me a nice firm surface to be working on. My sponge, I make sure that I squeezed out all the water that I could, and I'm going to start going over the piece. I'm holding it in place firmly as I start to work it. And you can see as the water soaks through the rice paper that the pattern comes out a little more clearly. It's starting to adhere itself to the pot, but I'm going to have to go over it several times because I am working on bisqued. It's a little harder to get these transfers to transfer completely onto bisqued because the bisque is so dry. When you do this on leather hard, you actually have moisture underneath as well as the moisture you're applying from on top. So I'm making sure I'm pressing firmly. I'm not rubbing because I don't want to tear the paper or smear the design. Some people use a rubber rib to make sure that they've got all their design transferred over, but I find that I don't have the right touch for that, and that if I just press firmly with a damp sponge that it tends to work. So I'll peel that off and show you, and then we'll start another one. Now, once again, if you're working on leather hard, you have to be more cautious about how firmly you're pressing, but it does transfer a little easier. Sometimes to get them to lay flat on a curved surface, I will clip into the piece. So just like when you're using fabric and you clip in a dart, so that it will fold over on itself, even into the pattern sometimes, it'll still come out looking pretty nice. And that's how people work around putting them on the outside of a bowl or on the inside of a bowl. Anyway, I do squeeze that sponge out maybe more than you think. I'm applying a lot of pressure when I'm squeezing the water out because I want it to be damp, not wet. Anyway, this particular design was super fun to do. I incorporated the elan transfers of the flowers and the dragonflies, and I went over afterwards and put in kind of translucent colors to bring out the flower color and a little bit of dragonfly buzz. It was really super. So I hope that you guys will order some underglaze transfers and try this today. You can also make transfers yourself by painting underglaze on to newsprint. And then it's a little harder to do than the rice paper. Give it a try.